You can borrow an idea, but you cannot borrow the conviction. That is what I very quickly learned starting my very first 3 streams of income. 12 streams later, I've finally managed to figure out what works and what doesn't for me personally as an architect. So today I'm going to share exactly that with you. What's going on, guys? My name's David Tomic. I'm a registered architect here in Western Australia. And today we're not going to fluff around. We're going to dive straight into the content. First of all, let's start with a failed stream of income. The very first business I started was when I was 20. I decided to launch a watch company that was based around architectural principles. I took everything that I learned from university and applied it to watch manufacturing. As good of an idea as this was, what I quickly learned was the fact that it was 1, extremely time consuming, 2, required an absurd amount of capital to actually start, which genuinely I did not have as a university student, but 3, I invested my whole life savings into it, so it had to work for me, which is why I tried so hard to make it work. Eventually that company ran for 5 years, and on paper it was profitable and it was successful, yes, but in reality what it was is a huge time and energy waster. I spent every living, waking moment on that business, and it did not generate enough income to be able to actually justify and scale that business further. So I had to take a step back and go, this isn't the right idea. Let's move on and start something else. Because I did put all that time and energy into starting that first company, I learned a lot of new skills which were transferable to my second business. I started offering architectural services in website design and website packages. This quickly took off. I ended up having lots of website clients that I spent all of my free time developing their websites for them on Wix. I didn't charge a lot because it was through Wix, and in my head, I was just doing basically what somebody else could do for them for about the same price. I was just being a convenient service. Again, I quickly learned that my time versus the value that I was being provided in this business wasn't working out. I was spending weeks and weeks and weeks developing one website for about $2,000. So the third company I started, and again, all 3 of these were huge flops in the grand scheme of things, was a photography and videography company. As an architect, I knew architecture. I had a keen eye for design and I had an excellent eye for photography. So I offered my architectural services for real estate photography and real estate videography. Again, this did really well up front because I wasn't charging enough. I was undercutting the competition to be able to get my foot in the door. Now let's break down the 9 streams of income that are currently still successful for me today. First of all, the most obvious elephant in the room, YouTube. So I believe I started this YouTube channel about 3 or 4 years ago, and I've been posting a video every single Monday for that entire period of time. It was a huge time commitment. It still is a huge time commitment, but it is now starting to return 5 figures per year just off the AdSense revenue. The best thing about YouTube is that it goes hand in hand with brand collaborations. You don't actually get too many brand collaboration offers when you start out, and technically I'm still starting out. As of making this video, I'm only at about 32,000 subscribers, so I'd appreciate it if you smash that subscribe button to make the number go higher. But what the reality is, you don't get those brand deals until you're somewhere along the journey, potentially years and years in. However, at this point in time, I am starting to attract the right brands to work with. I'm rejecting all of the spam brands that just want you to promote anything, all the rubbish in between, and I'm only focusing on the good value brands. So just like YouTube being able to supplement 5 figures per year, these brand deals are now also bringing in an additional 5 figures per year. What I also noticed is as the subscribers grow, so does the actual community. So a long time ago, as I started this journey, I created a Discord group for all architects, architecture students, and anybody in between to join, chat, and collaborate completely free. The link is down below if you want to join it. But what this community quickly provided me with was the ability to provide my expertise to them as they learn and as they evolve in their career, which then ended up resulting in my next stream of passive income. And that was digital downloads on the architectural space. In my website, I have a series of digital downloads, and I used to have many more in the past. I took them down, redeveloped them, and focused on the key ones that were of interest to everybody in the architectural community. These digital downloads took me a very long time to create, But now that they're created, they're up on the website, they're available to download, and it doesn't take any more of my time. So after about 6 months, this slowly started to actually become profitable. And now after a year, it is very profitable, and I'm very happy that I started the digital download space on the website. As of about a week ago, I also started in the physical products realm in the e-commerce store. So now I'm able to offer physical, tangible products that people are able to pay for and get something in return, rather than a digital asset that they may not find value in. Again, these physical products took a very long time to develop. They took a lot of thought, care, creation, and testing, sampling over and over again until we got them perfectly right. But eventually we were able to put them all together and put them online for everybody to enjoy. Like I said, it's only been a week, but the tree is starting to bear fruit already. So I am very positive that this stream of income will also become very fruitful. I will make a side note here as to why this e-commerce store is succeeding versus why my original store completely failed. So now that I've been on YouTube, I've developed an audience, I've developed a community, I've developed a relationship with people that know and trust me. Before, I was just some random university student trying to sell some random watches that nobody had ever heard of. Now I'm offering something of value to people, something that is making their life truly better and easier, versus something that added no value to anybody's life. Now the next stream of income is actually once again derived off YouTube. YouTube is quite a large tree with many branches, but this is the last one for me, and that is Patreon. So Patreon generates very little. It's about $10, $20, $30 a month. It is not a lot, but it is just another little bit that adds to the overall total. Now the next two have absolutely nothing to do with architecture, but they are related to the entrepreneurial drive and how my brain has developed over the last 10 years trying to build all of these different businesses. As an 18-year-old, I started investing in the share market very, very young and very early. I had no idea what I was doing. I lost a lot of money at the start, and I wouldn't recommend anybody just dive on head first. However, I did also make a little bit of money at the start, which enticed me to stay in the market, stick it out, keep pushing, keep learning new things. And that's exactly what I did. 10 years on, I have developed a very good passive stream of income dividend portfolio. So the dividends started at a couple $100, then they went up to a couple $1,000 and so on. Eventually, the dividend stream is a very good passive stream of income, but it does take capital at the start to be able to generate something in return. If you think about it, most dividends are only about 5% of what you put in per year. So if you put in $1,000, you're only going to get $50 back. You can't live off $50. You need a lot more to get a lot more out. In line with these dividends, I also do a little bit of swing trading that allows me to supplement those dividends. So I'll buy a share that I know is a good dividend paying share, but then at the same time, it may go up quite a lot and I'll be happy to sell it and find something else for a better price. It's very simple, buy low, sell high. The tactic doesn't always work, hence why it is predominantly a dividend portfolio, and the swing trades just come by basically luck. The last two are very obvious as an architect and anybody in the architecture profession. Most of the time, you're gonna have your own job, you're gonna be actually working for somebody or for yourself. So that means you're gonna have a salary as the base foundation of your income. For me personally, at the moment, it is about a 60-40 split, with the salary at 60 and the side incomes at 40. The side incomes have been growing very rapidly over the past couple of years, and hopefully it will be able to destroy that 60-40% split very, very soon. And last but not least, anybody in a position and working for a good company may be offered some bonuses that add to the streams of income. That's all for me today, guys. They are my 12 streams of income. To the side, you'll find more great architectural content. Down below, you'll find the subscribe button, and feel free to leave any comments down below. Like I said, that is it for me. So like always, I'll see you next Monday.